I actually think this camera's a little bit crooked, so if I sit slightly this way, oh, I'm getting audio from up here. So this isn't really a luxury I get a lot of times. Here, let me just, so this is really weird. Here, let me show you. Oh, I still have the headphones on. I can trust my audio. I can see my audio levels there. Anyways, from my angle, it looks something like, and the great part about this is I'm in my, what I would use to interview someone setup, and I wanted to go over some things because this is what it looks like from my perspective. So I got my camera here. I can see myself on the monitor. I got this big old light. What you can't see is there's also this mic up here kind of hanging down, and there's lights over to the sides of me. But this is what I used for my interview today with Richard, which is going to be great because I love what Richard does and I love everything that happens there. But this is kind of a weird luxury that I don't normally get, to be able to have something nice to set up on. I thought I would because I want to go over what I've been doing the past little bit here for my kind of log of what I've been working on. It's February 26th right now, and I've been working on a lot of different projects throughout February. The last one of these I did was January-ish, and end of January, I think. I did one right after I finished Anime BEM, and I was super happy, and I basically just thanked everyone that I worked with. Like, honestly, my mind has completely moved on from that, and the funny thing is I still get compliments about, hey, I saw that video you did a while ago, and it's super great, so that's still kind of amazing. Really, what I'm focused on and what I'm going to do next and what I'm working on. I had said that I would focus on some more upkeep things around the Flash and getting our graphics better and working on that. And then I honestly took a story with Tyler, and I thought that'd be fun. And then I also did this other story we filled one in with doing this interview with Richard today, which is also happening within the past week. I had a really cool interview with our superintendent. That was super fun. And then with that, the interesting story about that one is we had shot, my original idea for the video is how do we make the snow day concept entertaining? Because we knew we wanted to, the whole point was to make a video on, the whole point of that video was to make a video clearing up confusion about the snow days that we'd been experiencing, and it was going to be hard to make it entertaining. And how I planned to do that was I was going to be in front of the camera more and be a little bit dramatic about it and kind of act it out and kind of add a little bit of energy to the whole story. And part of that was me going around and interviewing everyone, which turned out great. Going around, I interviewed people. I was in front of the green screen. I have this funny scene when I'm in front of a computer. And it ended up being longer than our allotted time. It ended up being like 1:48. We wanted to make it down to a minute. And I said, hey, we cut everything that happens before this and we just cut to the interview. It's more a traditional story and it's still fine. It stands on its own. It says everything it needs to. And the voiceovers are fine. They make sense, except we basically made two stories. We cut it here, bring it down to 58 seconds to re-air it, and that's what we did. And so I think there's something to be said for that. It's a lesson in knowing your allotted time. We thought it might be like 1:15 or so, but it ended up being longer, and not being attached to something so much that you can't put it away. As I've heard that's been said, is like, a teacher would like to say it as you can't save every puppy in the pound, but I like to say it as kill babies. And that's just something I've heard, and it's really true, is if you have something, don't be afraid to kind of trash it, if that makes sense, and get rid of it if it doesn't work for the main theme. And that was something that happened. That was kind of a learning experience there. That was one of the videos. And then Richard's interview today is going to be pretty easy. Honestly, I set this whole thing up with the lighting, getting it to look really nice. And if you see me kind of look to the side over here, I'm looking at a monitor. I'm looking at a monitor that's over in this direction. If I want to, I'm really enjoying, I'm working on, recently I've also been working on different looks for the lenses that I have available too, so to see, me and John have been kind of scripting out a horror piece that he would like to direct, and I'm helping him with some of the stuff, but really it's going to be him directing it. I'm excited for that. I just got out of a couple other conversations with different people who are making different things more on that. When it happens, it's more like planning stages for some things while I'm also working on these videos at the same time. I started to look at, I had a weekend off and I looked at my Colorado footage. I have 100 and some gigabytes of footage, and I've been working on bringing that into a usable piece. I've really been digging Craig Adams. Craig Adams is a guy on YouTube who focuses on minimalism and his filmmaking and just his lifestyle, and he has some great stuff there. He has great videos. They're very long and extensive, and they're travel videos, and they're really interesting, so that's pretty great. We got other people kind of around here, which is great and fun. Yeah. So I think that's going to be great. We have an interview coming up on Friday with a football player, and then we're going to have which is going to be great. I was originally planning to go with it, but if I'm not going to be able to go with it, that's completely fine. It's someone else's project really, and I would just be filming it. I think that'll be super interesting to see how that goes with a high-profile interview. We have the show, and then I'm going to be doing some, I didn't want to film, so here's this whole other debacle where we're looking at if we wanted to do a video piece for the finals of the state, Minnesota State wrestling tournament, and my whole thing was it's a lot of time commitments, a lot of man hours for something we're getting very little for, and it's not a lot of benefit for us, and we could be spending our time other places. We're still making the video. It's just I'm just not including me because I'm saying no. We're looking at that, and we're not going to do that. I wonder who these people are who are walking in here. I could say hi to them, or they're just going to walk away. Okay. Anyways, but basically the whole thing is I said I really didn't want to. I said no, that's stupid that we're going to spend this much time, and we're very talented or award-winning show, like we're capable of doing things that are greater than doing this for free, and this is not worth our time, and it's not worth my time. And I said to people, mainly to John, I said, John, if you want to do this, it's all up to you. If you feel like this is a good experience for you, it's all awesome, and then do it. But personally, I'm out. I'm not going to spend a day there and just film and just do anything. They were asking for a lot. What ended up happening is I talked a little bit more. I'm not going to be filming the whole thing and doing any of the editing portion, but they asked if I would want to do some effect, or if I wanted to do some cool effects that I've been working on. I've been recreating some shots from Sam Colder's pieces. I think he's the best cinematographer on the internet right now, and his transitions are amazing. The best storytelling through cinematography that I've seen outside of a storytelling piece. I think he just can take anything, and it's beautiful recollection of different things that he's done. I think I've been recreating things that I've seen from his videos, and that would be something they might want to include in there. So I said, yeah, I'm going to go up there one day, later this week maybe, and work on that. So a lot of interesting things happening right now. It's very hectic and chaotic. And the last thing that I've been working on kind of long term is saying, hey, I'm going to take some time off work. My track season will start. I'm working out a lot. I'm spending hours a day working out on that. I want to cut down on the hours I'm at work where I don't really need to be creating money, and really focus on my journey in doing film and my journey in doing sports and athletics. So I'll have more time to be doing this and less time on the weekends to be sitting. So with that, I'd like to start getting out and doing some more photo opportunities too, as well as I'm working on so much video all the time. It's hard to forget that photography is something I'm interested in as well. It's much more off the cuff, but my issue is if I work with models, I will feel like I'm much less prepared for photography. And I'm working with models. The thing that scares me about that is their expectation and meeting that. When really a lot of times that I've worked with different people around the area, it has been that, oh, your stuff is like, I far surpass what they're asking. And it really feels like I have pressure put on me sometimes though, like you look serious, like you look like you know what you're doing and I don't. So I kind of have to fake it, and I have to fake like, oh, do this and do that. And I'm learning, they're learning, and I'm more comfortable with doing that with people I'm I've done it with before versus doing that. But it's time for me to kind of get out of my comfort zone. That's a big thing for me, to get out of my comfort zone and shoot people I don't really know. I'm excited for what all that does, but I'm also scared a little bit. I'd like to start doing some more commission work for different people. I think that would be great. I just want to branch out and kind of grow in this last couple months of high school before the summer hits and I'm traveling all the time, which I'm super excited for. But that's all my projects currently. I know it's been a good amount since this video started, so I would like to go home now. I'm still at the studio, so I'm gonna work on some stuff. I'm gonna be editing tonight. I'm gonna be editing tomorrow. It's gonna be a great time. Honestly, here's my actual last piece of information here. I'm going to try to work on, once work kind of stops here, and I kind of want to start this. I'm really excited to do it. I just don't have the time, and I know I don't have the time right now to do it. That's why I'm sitting here, and that's why I said, hey, you got to sit down and film this little segment. But I want to work on I watch a guy named Thin Matrix, and he's working on a game. He's been working at a dev blog. He works on a dev vlog for a game where he has video intercut with what he's working on. I think that's great. I think it's incredible. I think that my skills as a cinematographer and as a person of photography can translate very well into that, in that style versus like your lifestyle vloggers. I think I could go into making one or two of those and seeing how I like it. I think it would be a nice thing to do, and a nice thing to watch, if that makes sense. And then I'm always very curious to watch it from other people's stuff, and that's exactly what I like to watch on YouTube and stuff. Even if it's about game design, something I really don't know about. I mean, I know a little bit of coding and a little bit, but like, I think that that's the kind of content that I watch, and that's the content I want to create. So that's what I want to focus on, creating the things that I like to watch and create. So, that's me in a nutshell right now. Very busy. It's 5 o'clock, and I've been at school all day, so I'm ready to go home. And I'll make another video like this, hopefully, in the next couple weeks. So that's it.